Hi Facebookers, so here we are in week 2 of our lockdown, so I thought I'd treat you all to another little tutorial. Now this one is one that I've been asked many times about how you actually put supermarket flowers into a vase. So I'm going to show you. Okay, so again I'll stand up so you might not be able to see me, but you'll be able to see what we're doing with the vase. Okay, so here we have a standard vase that would probably be in any home. They're quite nice shape and size for supermarket flowers. A bunch of flowers that I've just picked up whilst out doing my shopping, and obviously the water that you're going to need. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to open up the flowers. I am going to first of all tip the flower food into the water, like so. That's it, like that. So that will nicely dissolve into the water and prepare itself. So in the meantime, while that's doing its job, I'm just going to open up the flowers. Like this. Okay, so as we can tell, they're always put together with an elastic band, so if you just cut that off like so, just try not to ruin any of the stems while you do it. And then with a supermarket bunch, you'll always find that, like we do in a florist, we always strip the stems, but unfortunately in supermarket bunches they just put them together and that's it. So the first thing you need to do is to prepare your flowers, each one by one. So you need to strip down the foliage. Okay, so making sure, the reason why we're going to do this is because we don't want any of this foliage in the water or underneath your tying point. The reason being is because it creates bacteria and you'll find that your flowers will die prematurely. You always find as well that supermarket stems, they never really cut them on the diagonal, they just go straight across. So you must always make sure that you cut on the diagonal as well before we're going to put them in, but I'll show you that in a minute. So that's one. The gerbras, normally what we'll do in a florist is we normally wire them. This is because the tendency for a gerbera is for the heads to drop, like so. So what that does is it just helps the head stick up and stay up for longer. So we don't need to prepare those ones. So that's that. This is the Sweet William. So again, as normal, in the supermarket bunch, we've got 2 here that are not gonna happen. So that's it. We'll strip the rose down. Lysianthus. That's the next one. That's that one. Oh, we've got a Sweet William that's okay, so that's good. So because these have got the nodes here, and these are quite brittle and they're quite delicate, so I always make sure that if I strip these, I actually hold it where I'm taking the leaf from, just so it helps. I'll do another one here. So I wouldn't, like I've done with the other flowers that I've stripped it with my with just one hand. With these, I'll take the stems, take the leaves off individually, because otherwise, if I did it like the other way, like that, then chances are I would have broken the flower. So we've got a few dead heads in here as well. So I'll take those out, just like so. That's it. Especially with Sweet Williams, if you see a few dead heads, it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with the flower. It just means that they all bloom at different times. So those ones have bloomed and already gone, but I've still got a few more there to come out. So that's that one. Now we've got some more gerberas here. They're okay. And then there we go. A bit of greenery here. And strip that one down like that. Okay, so this is the one with all the greenery, so I'll just discard that at the minute. Like so, I'll just give this a wipe as it's quite wet. Okay, so now we're going to start with preparing the flowers. Okay, so unfortunately with the supermarket bunches, you never tend to get very much greenery with it. So on another technique that I'll show you, then that will be to put more greenery. But at the moment, we're just going to go with the actual flowers. Okay, so the best way to do it is to start straight with your first stem, whichever it is. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be greenery. It can be a flower. And then what you're going to do is you're going to spiral your stems, but you're going to spiral them all the same way. Okay, so this one I put in on the diagonal to the one that was straight, but then the next one that I put in, I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to go that way. And then the next one, I'm going to pop in that way. So you sort of turn as you go as well to make sure then you're getting your stems distributed quite evenly. Like this. This is what happens with this is it creates what we call a wigwam effect at the bottom. And with your wigwam effect, then that's how it's going to help you stay in the vase quite nicely, rather than just sticking them in as they normally come, because when they normally come in the bunch from the supermarket, they're just all straight down. So if you don't do anything with those and just put them in a vase as they are, they're just not very going to look very nice. So first thing first is to condition them like I've shown you. Second thing is then to try to do this spiral effect. It's obviously years of training that I've had to do this, so it's not necessarily going to be easy for you on your first try. So even if it's not perfect, don't forget it's just for you at home. You're not sending it out to anybody, or it's for nothing more from your enjoyment. So I won't worry too much. Okay, so I think I'm going to put this one through the middle, just because I think his head's a bit floppy already, and the other stems will help the head to stay up. Okay, so just as so. Okay, so like that. And so here we have the tying point, which is where my fingers are, and then we have there the wigwam. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to cut the stems like so. That's it. Trying all on the diagonal. And try to be all of similar length to each other like that. Okay, so then you're going to put them in the vase like that. And if you think that you still want them a bit shorter, I think I want to go a little bit shorter on this one. So just take them out and then just recut. Like so. Doesn't really matter if you put the water in before and after. So I'll just put it in before, just so then I'm not trying to push the flowers to one side. So just like so. Okay. And then I'm just going to cut that one off. Check your length again, similar. And then you just pop them into your vase like so. That's it. If you feel that you need one to be shorter or you're not quite happy, like this one, I'm going to do this a bit shorter, so pop that like that, and then I'm going to pop this one a little bit shorter, so take that one out, and then pop that one back in. Just like that, and then that one, to put it back in like that, so, and that's it. So a nice bunch of supermarket flowers that have just been arranged into a vase. Okay, hope you enjoyed. I'll do a technique 2 as well, so you'll be able to see how we can fill this out a bit more and add our own little bits of greenery to it, and how much different it's going to look even to this. Okay, I'll see you later. Thank you for watching.